Hi, my name is Dr. Lonnie Herman, and I'm going to share with you right now some really shocking information regarding fibromyalgia. What is that shocking information? Well, fibromyalgia is not simply a muscular condition, and it's not simply an arthritic condition. Although in fibromyalgia sufferers, it is common to have muscular symptoms, and there may be arthritic complications that can be part of your overall problem. But they're not simply the main factors regarding your fibromyalgia condition. What is that shocking information I'm going to share with you? Is that fibromyalgia is a neurological condition. How do I know that? Well, fibromyalgia research has shown in hundreds of papers that neurology is the place where we've got to look in order to find out what's going wrong with the body. Let me explain something about your body. Your body is run by your brain and your nervous system. If your brain and nervous system are not functioning well, how can the rest of your body? That's very simple to understand, isn't it? So before I go further, if you'd like, at the top of my screen here, there's a section or a heading called What is BBT? If you click on that, you'll get a whole page, a whole description of what's going on in the brain and what we understand dealing with functional neurology, what really could be going wrong with your nervous system. At the end of that, I'm sure you'll understand a lot better than what you may or may not understand right now. So again, back to the discussion. Why don't most doctors know this, and why does it seem that I may be the only one who's sharing this with you? Well, first of all, the doctors you've been to are probably frustrated very quickly when the first or second medication they give you, like Lyrica or like Neurontin, is not helping you with your condition. And they may just push you aside and really don't know what to do for you. They may not tell you to leave their office, but they may just be very frustrated. The second thing is that they really don't look at the body as a whole. Most of the time, these doctors are just looking at one symptom. You know, I'm dealing with migraines, or I can't sleep, or I feel down. So antidepressants and headache pills and different things are given, when really those may make your condition worse, quite honestly. So let me tell you this. If you look below us, there's a picture that shows about different parts of your brain, and that also shows something called your midbrain or your mesencephalon. I want you to take a look at those. When you see there are different parts of your brain, each part of your brain has a specific function. Let me tell you something. Your lower part of your brain, called your cerebellum here, it sends a message up to your cortex of your brain. And it tells those parts of the brain what they need to do to make you speak, to make you remember things, to make you hear things, to make you taste, to calm down something in your brain called your midbrain. If you look at the other picture that was below me speaking right now, your midbrain is like, for lack of a better term, it's an unruly teenager, and it needs to be supervised. Your midbrain has control of your sympathetic nervous system. It can control the way your heart beats, your lungs breathe under stress, the way your gastrointestinal tract functions. It even sends signals down to your adrenal glands, which are really important for us to look at, because your adrenal glands handle a certain toxic stress hormone called cortisol. All of these problems going wrong, and that high-functioning midbrain, which needs to get under control, can lead to things like restless leg syndrome, insomnia. If that midbrain is firing very high, your brain can't calm it down on its own. That's why you can't sleep. Or maybe you fall asleep, but you can't stay asleep. The restless legs, your brain is firing very high, you can't keep the legs calm at night. Your memory center may be foggy, because the cortisol is just eating away at the memory center, called your hippocampus. So what we do different here is we take a step back, and we look at you as a whole, not as one individual problem, not like a rheumatologist, or like an internist, or like a psychiatrist, or like a chiropractor possibly, or like a neurologist. All of the tests they're running may come up negative. We take a step back and we look at the whole picture of you. We look at you as an individual. We look at you neurologically. We look at you physically. We look at you metabolically. We look at the chemicals in your brain called neurotransmitters. We look at your adrenal system. We really will pick apart the specific areas that are going wrong with you. When you come into our office, you and I will sit toe-to-toe. You and I will discuss who you are, what is going on with you, what is wrong, what are the stresses you have in your life. We may have to do specific research like into food sensitivity problems. You may have something in your diet that is causing all the stress in the first place. That's causing this stress in your system. Certain people turn out that they really don't have a neurological stress so much. They may have an autoimmune disorder. They may have hormone imbalances. So we really will take a step back and look at you as a whole. If you look below me at the bottom of this screen, after you read my description a little more about fibromyalgia, right at the bottom there's a place where you can put your name, you can put your email address, you send that information to me. We'll get you a full-length DVD about fibromyalgia, really discussing everything that it is that we do, what type of tests we order, how in-depth we go, how this is a very comprehensive and so different than anything you've tried before. If we can't help you, we're going to tell you. But I've got to share with you. The results I've had in my practice have been literally life-changing for people. It is a totally different approach, and we're ready to leave no stone unturned. Please look down the left side of your screen here. You'll see about other functional nutrition work that we do, about strong antioxidants we use, about neurotransmitter descriptions and how that might apply to you. Also on my form here, at the top of the screen, you'll notice there is a form that says intake forms. Open that up. If you're getting an appointment with me for Discovery Day, a complimentary free consultation, you'll have to fill out those forms ahead of time. Also, there's a map at the top of the screen that will give you directions from your house or your work to my office. So again, I do look forward to meeting you, and I'd love to share with you how we can change your life. I'd like to leave you with this one note. I do meet people who come into my practice where they've told me that they wish they would have met me before. Their husband had back surgery. That never helped. They had suffered with their child for attention deficit disorders. They had suffered for years with insomnia. And no doctors had ever looked deeper. So again, that's what my intention is to do with you, and hopefully we can help you and determine what the right course of action is for you. Thank you.